What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with yet another Tottenham update with you for today. Rumours are flying around everywhere about Tottenham these days, but where better to start off with than the manager search. And this is from The Athletic, and they say Tottenham Hotspur are expected to announce their new manager in late May or early June. Steve Hitchen is drawing up a 3 to 5 man shortlist, and money is not believed to be an issue in our new manager hunt.
It's not an issue, is it?
No, apparently not.
Yeah, well, sacking Mourinho can't be an issue, but what I would say to that, so we've given ourselves a deadline of early June, so it's going to be the latest possible deadline, probably.
Yeah, so when is the latest date in early June?
9th of June, 10th of June? It'll be probably around then. At least we're getting our act together, I hope so, because the longer we leave it, the harder it is going to be for the manager to reintegrate his style on the playing staff and stuff like that. So hopefully we get this done sooner rather than later. So at least there's a path.
Having said that, though, June, all the players are going to be offered at the Euros anyway.
It is true. But I still think sooner rather than later is better, because if we do want to get deals done early, like teams want to go to other teams who are settled or who have a plan, know what they're doing. We just don't seem to know what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, very true. And how much confidence does it give you that Steve Hitchen is the one drawing up the list?
I hate it.
Well, anyway, let's move on. Fabrizio Romano, update from him, and he says Tottenham want a manager who speaks perfect English. There is no contact with Gian Piero Gasparini and nothing advanced with Simone Inzaghi.
Second time we got that wrong.
It's because I got your name in my head all the time. Simeon.
It's because you want Simeone, that's why.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the real reason. But so who else that rule out? So that would have ruled out Pochettino back in the day, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably rules out Bielsa, rules out those two.
Definitely rules out Bielsa. He can't speak a word of English, that guy. But it's weird that's a requirement, because I think managers can learn the language and they're quite adept at doing that kind of stuff. So it's usually language barriers aren't usually that much of an issue, but I guess that they've made that a priority.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. This one is from Romain Molina, who is a journalist from France. And he says, Paris Saint-Germain's sporting director, Leonardo, is in talks about signing Serge Aurier this summer.
Serge Aurier?
Yeah.
How? Take him.
It's funny because this summer, the 3 clubs that have been linked with him, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
He's got a great agent, but touting him out, that's for sure. It's more of a PR thing, and then I think maybe they're trying to draw out AC Milan again, who obviously nearly got him last summer.
Isn't Danny Rose still waiting for that call?
Oh, poor Danny. I don't know what he's going to do this summer, but
Milan called yet?
I'm sure Aurier. I think this summer he will leave. 1 year on his contract.
It seems that he wants out.
I think it's probably best, and I think we need reinforcements in that position. But it also means probably Matt Doherty's going to stay.
Great stuff.
That's what it means, right? We're not going to sell him.
I mean, I'd like to sell both and bring in 2 right backs. And if either of them are going to stay, I want Serge to stay.
We gave him a 4-year deal. We signed him 15 million. No one's going to get near that price, so I think he's staying.
What's his value? What's his market value, Matt Doherty?
Probably between 5 and 10.
Oh, great. Anyway, let's move on. This is from Radio Castellon, which is a publication out in Spain. And they say Tottenham are on the footsteps of a transfer for right-back Emerson Royal, who's on the books at Barcelona, who was at Real Betis this year on loan. Have you seen any of him?
No, I haven't. I've heard good things, but I haven't seen much, I'm not going to lie. But look,
but we heard good things of Serge Aurier before he came.
We did. He punched a copper. But I think Emerson's a good player, from what I've heard, and we definitely need reinforcements of right back. So it's definitely a positive story if we're actively looking at that position. I think we are going to try and completely redo our back line this summer.
We're going to have to if we need to move forward.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. The last update today, we're going to be talking about Eric Dier. This first one is from Forza Roma, which is obviously a Roma publication. And they say Eric Dier is a top defensive target for Jose Mourinho at Roma. The club have already begun negotiations with Tottenham Hotspur to sign the centre-back, who is expected to cost 25 million euros. But there's been pushback on this from Fabrizio Romano, and he says there are no truth in the Dier to Roma rumours. And we saw a report the other day saying that Jose Mourinho is not going to go for any Tottenham player out of respect to the club. I mean, if he has any respect for the club, he'll take the players with him.
He'll at least make a bid. If there's any ounce of respect, he'll make a bid at least for Eric Dier. 25 million euros, I'll be all right. I'll take that for sure. And we all know Dier, Mourinho's a big fan of Dier.
Is he still a big fan of Dier? That's the question.
That is a good question. Maybe he's more suited for Italian football, but he did sign a new contract not so long ago, so it's another one where I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't.
I mean, I wish we sold it back to Man United for 50 million when it was all touted around. If only we did that, man.
And we know he wanted it as well. Dier wanted it.
Dier wanted it. Mourinho wanted it. The only one that didn't want it was Daniel Levy and Pochettino. And I bet you 6 months down the line, Pochettino was saying, I wish I took that. I wish I took it.
100%.
But it wasn't to be. But you think Dier's the one that is going to stay this summer?
I think he will, because I think... is anyone going to come in for about 25 million? Are we going to take a cut price deal on a player who just signed a new contract not long ago? I think it's more likely we sell Toby than Dier this summer.
It's a big shame. Can you imagine going into a season with Dier and Sanchez as our two centre-backs?
I can. I've done it before. I've done it a few times before, so I can definitely imagine it.
Oh, man, the sad state of affairs, man. But look, that is your Tottenham update today. We spoke about Steve Hitchin drawing up a list of 3 to 5 managers with money not being an issue, which is a sentence you don't really associate with Tottenham Hotspur.
It's all PR. Definitely is an issue.
And then we spoke about Fabrizio Romano, who said that we want a manager that is fluent in English, and that rules out Gasperini, Inzaghi and Bielsa. And then we spoke about Romain Molina claiming that PSG are already in talks with Serge Aurier. Then we spoke about the reports from Forza Roma claiming that Eric Dier is a top target for Roma, but then Romano has pushed back on that and said there is no truth in that whatsoever. That is your Tottenham update today. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any news, if you have any comments regarding any news we brought to you today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.